You doing?
Yeah, good. Thank you very much.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, thank you for agreeing to be under the spotlight today.
That's all right. We'll get you on it soon.
All about marketing today. So I have a few pointed questions, if you wouldn't mind. So marketing is always, especially for a small business, I believe, a very grey area, and there's always this chicken and egg scenario that we have. So how will marketing get me more sales as a business, please, Andy?
It's a question I get asked a lot and have done since we set up the agency, Balls to Marketing, 13 years ago now, nearly 14. And for many years before that, I've been involved in marketing because, and really, actually, we all do marketing all the time. I mean, a lot of the companies I talk to, and joinery companies, they're well established to get the inquiries through referrals. They've got a good reputation. They've probably got a signed written van and a website of some description, some social media. All of that is marketing. It's a decision you make to get your profile up there. So I think the question really is, will you get more business if you spend more on marketing?
Yeah, absolutely. And then, like you say, even a signed written van is a form of marketing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It all depends, I guess, on what audience you want. If you've got a van driving around a certain area and that's your hotspot and that's where you want to get your business, it's good. If you want to get business outside of that area, then obviously you need to do different things. But so again, the chicken and egg question, how do I justify the cost of marketing? Again, Andy, a lot of people, when I speak to them, they know that they need to do something. They're not really clear what they want to do or what they want to achieve, but they just know, I don't do any marketing, I should really do some marketing. So, but to justify the cost, if you haven't got a plan, is near on impossible, right?
Yeah, it is difficult. And I think it's like any cost in your business, isn't it? It is, how can you justify that? What's it going to do for you? How can you be reassured that it's going to help you? And it's not the only decision that I guess that you have those discussions about. I mean, I suppose if you're a joinery company or a business manufacturing, then if you want to be more efficient or you want to increase capacity, you're often going to look at buying new machinery as a good way to achieve that. So you're going to be making decisions based on what you think can happen and what your past knowledge will tell you. So the decision is going to be based on what's the cost of that machine going to be, how much extra output or savings will it give you, and how long will it take to get a return on investment. That's a really important one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And when you're looking at marketing, it's very much the same, but you have to have that discussion in your business of how much more business do you actually want? What kind of time frame do you want to generate? So maybe you say, well, look, we're at the moment we're doing, I don't know, £1 million a year in business. We've got a bias towards doing kitchens and windows and doors for homeowners, but actually I really want to build my business, but I don't really want to do more of that. I want to get more builders on board, or I want to do more with designers, etc. So you can then start, if you know what you want to achieve, you can say, what's that going to look like in size-wise of my business? What do I need to do? How long is it going to take? Is it going to be a year? Is it going to be 18 months? Is it going to be 6 months? But importantly, how can you manage that? If suddenly you say, okay, we're going to spend the money, we're going to get more inquiries in, have you got the structure to manage that? Because it's very easy to get inundated with leads, or you get leads that are quite complicated, that take some time. And again, can you manage, if you can't manage that properly, then you can burn, and it's an expensive way of burning a lead that could have been a good one. But the important thing is, in marketing, it's to have an idea of what the end game is, because unless you know what you want to achieve, how can you ever measure whether it's successful or not? And we spend a lot of time with our clients in saying, right, really nailing down what they're looking to do, and then working it back from that to the level of marketing that will get them there. But it's like anything, yeah. Okay, if you have a new machine, if it's installed correctly, and your guys are trained to do it and use it, you can get those gains fairly quickly. But it has to be used correctly, and you have to track it. Are you getting the best? Are you feeding it in the right way? Have you got a bottleneck somewhere else, etc., etc.? Marketing is the same. So it's important that you have regular checks and you're tracking the performance. If you're working with an outside agency, they should do that for you on an ongoing basis, so you can see how things are incrementally improving. So that you might say, okay, yeah, it's still costing me a lot of money, but I'm starting to get some return on that now, and I'm on target for my year or my 6 months or whatever it might be.
Yeah, I guess it's interesting when you say likening it. Let's liken it to a machine, making a decision on a machine or a machine and tooling. So what generally happens with small joiners, whether it be KBB or door and window, they know that they need to improve their efficiencies, etc. They have the option. This is where the grey area goes away from them for them a little bit. Is they have the option of going to talk to or going to see different companies that have already made that purchase with that machine. They can see for their own eyes that improvement. With marketing, if they've never done it before, they're dipping their toe in the water of something. So it's even more important, like you say, to know what that plan is, so that you have that something to measure against. Because when you've got a machine, and you're knocking out 4 windows a day, and you know that the next machine is going to knock out 20 a day, well, that's obviously you're measuring that. You project that over time, but with marketing, a lot of people jump in without that plan. So for the big takeaway for me is, let's not have it as a chicken and egg scenario, so that you're always unsure. Get a clear plan. And I guess, Andy, there's no harm in, if you're about to engage with an agency, ask that agency who else that they have as clients, and go and talk to their clients like you would if you were making a decision on a big machine purchase, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. when we look at our business, we've got customers that have been with us from day one, and we've been fortunate to see them grow from a couple of £1 million business to a sort of £25 million businesses or more. And your relationship with your clients at that point as a marketing agency changes, because you become much more of an advisor and a trusted part of the business. We like to feel, and I think the only way to do it really as any marketing agency is to really become a part of what your business is about, and understand what you're trying to achieve, and have a real clear strategy that everybody's bought into. Because it's no just good saying, well, we're going to do this and this for you, and trust us, we know what we're doing, just pay us the money. It has to be something that everybody's bought into and everybody contributes toward. In the same way, you're not going to drop a machine in your factory and then hope it all works, because you're going to be sadly disappointed.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's really where we see it.
Good stuff. So, social media. Talk to me about social media. Do we have to be on social media, or what are our choices?
That's an easy one. No, of course you don't have to be. It's your business. I think the thing to remember with social media is that over 73% of people that are buying any kind of home improvements will check the company out that they're choosing to go with on social media before they place an order.
So I do have to be on social media then.
So it's a good idea to be on social media, because it can benefit your business. It can also take over somebody's life if you're not careful.
Oh, yeah.
So again, it's about doing it in a measured way. It doesn't have to be an expensive thing to do. But the one thing you have to be with social media, as it is with all your marketing, you need to be consistent. You need to be on brand. I know that sounds like a marketing thing, but when we say on brand, if you're a down-to-earth joinery company that loves what you do, proud of your products, then you don't really want to be showing some tomfoolery on TikTok about somebody, making an offcut or something that was wrong. Do you know what I mean? It has to be, you have to have that consistency of what your business is about. You want to portray, it's a shop window for you. You want to portray who you are and what you're about. So, it's important that you're showing things off, and we have quite a good strategy in working with companies. Social media always works better if you have somebody in your business that is a bit involved in it as well, even if it's just chivying people to get photos or little bit of human elements to it.
Yeah. So, sorry, Andy, to interrupt. So, I notice a lot of obviously on LinkedIn and Instagram, Facebook. There's a lot of professional, what I would call professional posts. Excuse my bad terminology, perhaps. Where it seems like you've got a professional camera, videographer. You've got perhaps a big microphone, so it really looks the part. But is that really necessary, or can we get away with, as I did the other day? I just think a video is very, very powerful. It's much more powerful than text or a picture. Does it have to be a professional video, or can we get away with an element of, I've got my iPhone, I've got 5 minutes, let's make a little video?
Yeah, some of the videos that work best is when if you've got a showroom, for example. If you're let's carry on talking about the consumer side of stuff. If you've got a showroom and you're selling kitchens, for example, some of the best ones we've done for our kitchen customers is when they may be demonstrating an appliance in a kitchen, and it really does just prop your iPhone up or hold your iPhone and just talk to it and just show people what you're doing. It doesn't need to be professional. In fact, it's better if it's not professional because it feels very real. And that way you don't have to get wound up about, oh God, I've got to get this right, and is the lighting correct and all the rest of it. It really doesn't matter. But also if you're at the other side of it, if you've got a really interesting job that's going out where you may be having, it could be windows and doors, and you've got a really nice set of bifold doors, for example, or sliding door or whatever it may be, and it's going out to a client, and you say, really excited for getting this one out, just about to leave, or you can show something in manufacturing. Those are the ones, the little short videos that go so well on social media.
Brilliant. So, difference between a company, marketing a company and a brand. Obviously, we've created the Lignum brand for the Joinery Network. Sorry for my KBB guys on here, but the Lignum is our brand. So I know I'm saying Lignum, but talk to me about branding and promoting a brand. Yeah,
well, your business should be a brand, and what that means is what's it all about. So I was with a well-established joinery company the other day, and they're really proud of what they're doing. They should be. They make a beautiful window, and they really go that extra bit to make sure the finish is right and everything else. So what's their brand then? Well, their brand is that. Their brand is that they care about what they do. They've put time and effort into making sure it's right. They give good advice to their customers. So your brand is really, what do you stand for? What will you accept? What's good for you? You want to do your best for your customers. So that is your brand. And whatever logo you put around that, a logo is not a brand. It's about doing everything that reflects what you're about and what you're trying to achieve. Lignum is something we set up really. Personally, I've got long time in corporate manufacturing in setting up brands. And the value you have in something like Lignum is, Lignum windows and doors are a fully certified, high quality timber window and door brand. And buying into the Lignum brand, it has the benefit that there's a consistency in it. It means that we can produce brochures that people can use for their own business, and you can overprint and all those kind of things. So it kind of can be a shortcut to getting the right kind of quality marketing that you want. Specifically on the Lignum brand, as the Joinery Network continues to grow, that the value of that brand is increasing it is increasing all the time. We're talking much more to architects and developers and that kind of thing. So more opportunities will come as that gains momentum. But associating your business and aligning your company brand to another brand is often a very good way to build your exposure and to give people confidence in what you do. But it is important that whatever brand that you're associating with, is aligned to what you do, because otherwise it's just going to jar.
Absolutely. And obviously from the Lignum point of view, I guess the massive advantage is we're centralizing all the assets that are available, which makes it very, very competitive for everybody supporting that brand.
Yeah, I think there'll be more and more economies of scale come in over this year actually on that. And what I'd say is watch this space, because we're looking to put quite a bit of support in for companies.
Sure. So we better wrap this up, but I have one final question. Marketing, back to the raw bones. Where do you start? Never done it before. Where do you start?
Well, I just summarise what we've talked about really. Have a target. It might be you want more sales. It might be that you want to sell higher value projects. It may be you've got new products you want to launch. Then it's a case of looking, bring somebody in, but bring somebody in to get the advice it will often be, well, actually, what can you do yourself? So, you can use an agency to give you the strategy to do elements of it for you, but there'll be things you can do yourself. So get help and advice on that, what practically you can do day to day, and then make sure everything about your business reflects what your brand wants to be. So does your van look good? Are you asking for reviews and referrals? Make sure you put signs up outside if you're doing installations, that kind of thing. And making sure, if you're selling business to business, just small things like make sure if you're doing an invoice to somebody, it's got an advertising message on your invoices. But overall, you need a clear strategy and plan, and that's where talking to somebody with a marketing business can help you in just getting your direction there.
Brilliant. And like everything else in business, even your daily plan. If you don't plan your day, you're pulled here, there, and everywhere, and you go home at night and you think, what have I actually achieved? If you've got a plan, you can see, measure it, whether it's a daily plan, weekly plan, monthly plan, yearly plan, you can see where you've got to, and you've got that, yes, I've achieved, or, oh, crap, I've failed, whatever it may be, and you know what you've got to achieve the next day. So, yes, brilliant. Good to chat, Andy. We'll go back to the floor. Andy will be hanging out in the marketing suite, ready to get bombarded, so feel free, and see you in a minute.
Thanks a lot. Cheers, Lee.